everybody? It's your boy Days, back again with another video. Welcome back to the Days Reacts. So today we are doing China's Ice City from Barrett. Okay, it's a Barrett review. Shout out to Barrett or the team of Barrett, and yeah, with the adventure of China. So we about to check how they react to or their review of the China's Ice City. And then we're gonna do another version exploring with Josh pretty soon with their review of China's Ice City. So but other than that, man, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel Days Reacts, and also go subscribe to the gaming channel Progress Gaming, which I'll be back on eventually soon. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out what Barrett got to say about China's Ice City. So without further ado, let's dive on in. It is showtime.
There's probably no other country in the world that could make this. The slogan is "Dream of Winter, Love Among Asia." And look at the detail in it, it's so cool. That is serious Dongbei style going on here, isn't it? And it's got to be the biggest snowman I've ever saw in all my life. Welcome to Harbin and welcome to Ice and Snow World 2024. This is my second time here. I was here for the 2023 one. So let's go and see what 2024 is like.
So if y'all don't know what I mean by City of Ice or the Ice City, this is like a city, but it's made out of ice. It's pretty much a sculptures, but it's like a city that's made out of ice, y'all. So that's why it looked like why all these structures are so like white looking. It's snow, but it's made out of ice. So just give y'all a heads up. And this stuff don't melt because it's hard to melt, especially in that upper part area in China. So let's dive on in.
So last year I was here in the evening time and today I'm here in the daytime. But one thing I have noticed in the daytime, it's not anywhere near as cold as it was last year. Last year the daytime was like minus 18 and the evening was minus 25, 26. And just out here, I don't feel anywhere near as cold. I think it's about minus 10, minus 12. And it goes down to about minus 16, 18 in the night time. So it's definitely not as cold as it was last time. But look at these sculptures and they're absolutely fantastic. Look, they're not just like sculptures to look at. You can actually go inside them. Like you can actually walk inside of this one here. It's so cool. You have to be careful you don't slip on the ice though. But look at this, man. It's so cool. Exploring inside these like massive blocks of ice. And it's like, it's just mad that you can build these outside and they don't melt because the temperature is below freezing. You notice they put this like, it's kind of like a cloth on the steps to make them so they don't slip, which is really useful. I mean, you just look at the sculptures here and the skill of the people that do these just is mind blowing. I mean, these are massive things and they've just carved them out of snow. I find that incredible. I mean, this is just the scale of it. This is me, and look how big this is. You just can't get the scale and the detail they put into it. It's like they literally build this stuff out of blocks of ice. It is so cool. This is like ice. I used to have ice slides when I was young. Whoa, I'm just nervous about falling over and breaking something because when you slip and fall on ice, it really hurts. So I think I'm going to come off before I do myself some damage.
Yeah, you don't got the right
So
type of
behind
shoes
me
on for ice.
are Bin Bin and Nene, and they're the mascots for the Winter Asian Games, which is being held here. And actually, we were here in the spring on the 300 days countdown. If you want to see that video, I'll link it here. We were in Harbin. We did the opening of the countdown for the Winter Asian Games. But it's actually very, very close now. It's in February next year. The slogan is Dream of Winter, Love Among Asia. And that's a great slogan. And we wish the Chinese team all the best of luck in the Asian Games this year.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tanks.
It's just quite incredible, really. They literally build a city out of ice. So they've obviously incorporated other countries' architecture into the ice and snow city. It's really kind of cool. The amount of planning that must go into this must be phenomenal, because it is. It's literally like a city, a small city or town built with ice. It's just incredible. Oh, look at this. You've got all little like animals all on the wall, like out of snow. How cool is that? Wow. That's a big bell. That must be the biggest snow Buddha that there ever has been. I look around this ice and snow city and I think that there's probably no other country in the world that could make this. They only started in the middle of November. So in 1 month, they've literally built a city out of ice. And that is right. Takes some organisation and planning. And
You do.
honestly, I don't think there's any other country in the world that could do this like this. It's just amazing. Hey. So as you're walking down the road, you see all these little snowmen. And this is how they make them. These are the molds. And you can see here, they're shoveling and compacting the snow into it. And then when it's all compacted in, they open up the mold and boom, you've got a snowman. How cool is that?
It's
It
crazy.
saves a lot of time, doesn't it? That's so
It saves
cool.
a whole
These
bunch
are
of
them all
time.
here, look. Some have scarves on and some don't. But these are on here, look. So these are what comes out of the mold. Cheers. Yeah, we're on Sun Island here in Harbin. And wow, I can see some very impressive sculptures coming up. I can see, I think, what looks like a dragon or a lion. Hey, look at these. This reminds me when I was a young lad and we used to get lots of snow in England. And nowadays we hardly get any. I mean, this is not so deep, but it is nice to be able to walk in fresh snow. Look, it's lovely. You put your footprints and it's cool. Wow, look at this. It's Wukong from Monkey King. And now this has become famous worldwide because of the video game, Black Myth Wukong. So look at that. And look at the detail in it. It's so cool. Just don't know how they managed to carve something so detailed out of snow. You can see just how big it is. I mean, that's got to be about 10 meters tall, maybe. And it's just so detailed. It's so cool. Even all the fingers look so good. Just asked this guy behind me, and he's been doing this for 40 years. And when
40
we
years.
asked if he has like a drawing, like he goes, no, I just do it from my head, because they've done it for so long, they just know what to do. That just blows my mind. That is so cool. And this behind me is the snow model of the torch for the Asian Winter Games 2025, which will be here in Harbin in February next year. And that's so cool. Look, you got the flames all coming out the top. You got the mascots on there. There's a sculpture here of the Great Wall of China. Look, how cool is that? I'm just blown away by how good they are. I really am. So this behind me is the Songhua River, and it's completely frozen over. And last year I actually had to go on a quad bike on here, but I don't see them. They were under the bridge. I got under the bridge and I was driving up and down here on a quad bike. It was so cool. Now this side, look, we don't have snowmen. We have snow Russian dolls. And the reason that is Harbin has a very lot of Russian influence here because it's very close to the border of Russia. And there's a lot of Russian people here. There's a lot of Russian speakers. There's a lot of people who have Chinese and Russian ancestors all in this area. So you hear Russian being spoken here as well as Chinese. So if you come into Harbin, another really famous attraction you want to be seeing is St. Sophia's Cathedral. It's an Orthodox church and it has very Russian style architecture. Actually, if you look around the city of Harbin, a lot of the architecture here has a Russian style because, like I said before, it's very close to the Russian border and there's a lot of Russian influence here. You come here, although it's very, very cold, you'll see a lot of, especially women, dressing up in costumes to have photographs taken. Right now we're in Central Street, or in Chinese it's Zhongyang Street. This is the main shopping street in Central Harbin, and it's lined with all sorts of stores. You can buy food, clothing, souvenirs. There's a lot of Russian stores selling all Russian goods like Russian sausage and chocolate, and it's a really, really good place. There's a really Russian theme going on here as well. You can see it's absolutely crazy busy here. So many people, but it's such a nice scene the way they have all the lights in the trees, and it's just so nice. It's all lit up, and wow, look at those beautiful lights. How cool is that? It's really, really nice. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So you might be wondering why all these people are queued around here. So this is a very, very famous brand of ice lolly in Harbin. It's called My Dear. As you can see from the sign, they've been around since 1906. And there's just so many people wanting to get one and wanting to buy something from there. Look, they must be making huge amounts of money there. So
It reminds me of Cafe de Monde, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, because a lot of people lined up like that. So over some hot chocolate and beignet.
it's time for dinner, and we've come to a restaurant that is very, very authentic. Take a look at this. You've got a wood fire which fires these up. Look at that. Wow. That's definitely Dong Bay style going on here, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. See? That is serious Dong Bay style going on here, isn't it? And even the fire, I think, warms the seating. Now, this is one of the most famous dishes here in Dong Bay, and it's one of my favourites, called Barrett. Oh, that is so good. It's literally like a fried pork. It has like a sweet and sour sauce. Absolutely lovely. I could eat lots of this. It's very, very good. Okay, right now I'm at the entrance to Music Park, and just by the entrance we arrived, we saw this snowman, and it's got to be the biggest snowman I've ever saw in all my life. I mean, even standing here, it looks huge. Let's go and have a bit of a closer look. Whoa, look at that. It's absolutely massive. It's got to be about 15, 20 meters tall. It's huge. So this what they're building here is absolutely huge. Look. And can anybody guess what it is? If you know what it is, leave it in the comments. My guess is it's slide. That's what I reckon. So actually this is the main park in Harbin. It's really beautiful when you see it all covered in snow. It's a long time since I've seen such a large area covered in snow. It looks really, really nice. Well, it's very, very cold this morning. So if you come to Harbin, you got to wrap up warm, get the right clothes because it's really cold. So after a 4.5-hour flight, we've arrived back in Shenzhen. The weather is considerably cooler here, so I don't need this big coat.
All right. And then that is the video, y'all. So yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, Barrett, and also subscribe to Days Reacts too as well. And also, I enjoyed this video. I enjoyed the review from Barrett, how they describe Harbin, China. If you don't know about Harbin, China, look it up. It is the coldest city of China. That's why there's a lot of ice. City of ice is there. But yeah, I enjoyed this video, y'all. And yeah, let's on to the next one, y'all. So I'll catch y'all later, y'all. Deuces.